Hey everyone, so I had hoped I would have a video out this week, like a real video, not a kazoo meme, but that kind of fell through. So I'm gonna sit here and talk about how I warm up, because why not? So one of the first things I like to think about when I warm up is pitch. And I think pitch is a really important thing to think about. I think it's a great thing to start with whenever you warm up, because it doesn't require you to start playing yet, and it also just gets your ears working so that when you go into practicing, you're already listening better. So what I do to work on pitch whenever I warm up is I sit down at a piano and I will play chords and sing a song. One I do a lot is Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen, just because I know the words and the chords are kind of easy. And I'll do that because it really gets you listening and it really gets you thinking about pitch, and you can tell when you sing out of tune. Well, at least if you're listening, you can tell when you're singing out of tune. If you don't have a piano in the room, or if you can't play piano, you can use a tuning drone and you can just sing scales over it, because that gets you listening and paying attention to like how you tune intervals with your voice and getting everything in tune with what the tuning drone that you have going on. The second thing I like to think about whenever I warm up is air. And a lot of people have different ways that they work on their air whenever they warm up. A lot of people do the breathing gym. I have kind of mixed feelings about that. And at my school we actually do a thing we call the straw technique. And you just get a drinking straw, like from Walmart or IKEA. This one happens to be from McDonald's, and because of that it's way too big, and I'm going to throw it away after the fact. But the idea is, I'll actually just demonstrate first. The idea is to get the straw to resonate, because if you can get the straw to resonate, trombone is effectively a glorified straw. So if I can get this straw to resonate, in theory I should be able to get my trombone to resonate. A word of caution though, like I said about this McDonald's straw, this one is kind of big, so that makes it easier to get a resonant sound out of. You're not going to have to focus your airstream as much, so I recommend smaller drinking straws for that exact reason. I'm actually going to throw this one away right now. At this point, I've gotten out my horn, and I'll just play some long tones. I'll do the Remington exercises, stuff like that. Just to get my face and my lips like used to playing on the horn for a little bit. I'll do what my professor calls tunes. And what a tune is you take a song, usually something kind of simple, and you learn it in all 12 keys. And then you take that and you just play it in a few of them. And what you do when you play those tunes is you think about the style and like the phrasing and the dynamics and just everything musical that goes into a piece of music. And I feel like that's one thing that not a lot of people tend to think about whenever they do a warm-up, is if you start thinking musically before you've actually gotten to what you're going to practice in your practice session, then when you get to your music, it's going to be easier to think musically because you've already started being expressive. So that's just kind of how I think about warming up. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about anything that I just said. That's about it. Peace.